Yeah, that's right. That is what it is. What's going on? What are you here for? You got to find out? We're going to find out today if Trump is going to save the world. We're going to take the pulse of the people today. So welcome. Thanks for joining us for that. So you get to participate. That's the thing I do when I don't have enough material for a real show. No, I'm kidding. I really care what you think. I really care what you think. And I do have some material to go over with you too. So thanks for being here. I'm going to post something here that says, I'll type and speak at the same time. And then everybody will be entertained for the entire period. So I have a phone. I'll open it up. We watched the speech last night. So and somebody called in to say, oh, you need to play more of the speech. I couldn't even play the whole thing because it went on for a long time. So is Trump going to win? And you can still gamble on it too. I didn't do so well with my political gambling this time around, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the next race. I'm thinking about the horse race. I'm thinking about who might run for president. I'll tell you what Trump said that was extremely controversial during last night's speech that people are calling him out for, particularly libertarian people. So I'll show you that. I'll play you that clip. I have a clip of Justin Trudeau and the Chinese boss, the Hefe over there in China, whatever you call him. I don't think he's a prime minister. He's like a chairman or something, right? Emperor. He dressed down Justin Trudeau, so I have a clip of that. I have a clip of Sam Bankman-Fried. Anybody lose any money in crypto? Seems like everybody's cool. Everybody who listens to this show had their crypto safe, I hope. Didn't lose it on any of these things that happened. But that news is still developing. People are still talking about it. Text messages are coming out. People are asking if Sam Bankman-Fried is a psychopath. I got to restart my thing. My chat isn't coming up for me. Let me make sure I can see you guys. You guys doing okay? It's Wednesday. Guess what? It's my birthday. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, I did some stuff today. I'm looking very youthful compared to Alex Jones. That's just what I was thinking. Whenever I have a birthday, I just think, oh, only 4 more years and I'll be Alex Jones's age. And then I might look like Alex Jones does. He's 48. Not really. I don't know. It depends on what you think. Depends on what you think about whether it's true that he's really 48 or not. But I am 44. People say I'm almost a millennial, but I think I'm Generation X. I identify as Generation X, at least. All right, I'll play you guys this, and then I'll open up the phone for phone calls. I'll go over the news and stuff. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me for this stream. Thanks for joining me for all these shows. I appreciate you. Uh-oh. I have to find my intro so I can play for you guys. Where is it? Lift the veil. Intro. There it is. I'll play this for you guys. It has to do with the t-shirt I'm wearing today too. So we'll play this, show you some news, take some phone calls, and see how you're feeling. See what you think. That's what's important today. What you feel, what you think. All right. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. I bring you the news, the real news. Yeah, that's right. The real news, like what's really happening. What do people really think? The real people, like you, the people who are listening to this show. What do you think? I'll tell you what some people are saying. So I'll play a clip from Trump's. I'll play a clip from Trump's speech. If you want to support the show, go to http buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And you can drop a coffee there with a note. I'll pin that to the top of the chat so you can click on it if you want to. If you want to support the show, you can go there to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil or leave a super chat if you feel generous to YouTube. I'll show you what Trump said that's extremely controversial from yesterday. This is what he said. The most controversial thing he said from last night. And I didn't hear the whole speech. I had to tune out halfway through. Apparently, I'm not the only one. I'll tell you that news too. So here's what he said. The most controversial thing he said yesterday.
Responsible for death, carnage, and crime all over our country. Every drug dealer during his or her life on average will kill 500 people with the drugs they sell, not to mention the destruction of families. But we're going to be asking everyone who sells drugs, gets caught selling drugs, to receive the death penalty for their heinous acts, because it's the only way. We don't need any more blue ribbon committees. I don't like to say this, and I don't even know if the American public is ready for it. And a lot of my people say, please don't say that, sir. That's not nice. They kill 500 people each on average. And if you don't do this, in China, when I was with President Xi, I said, President, do you have a drug problem? No, we don't. He looked at me like I didn't know what I was doing.
There you go. So that's it. So it's the death penalty for drug dealers. So libertarians in particular have responded by saying that's not what libertarians think. So I've said before that drug dealing, like what kind of drugs, for example, talking about weed, that was illegal. And shouldn't have been ever. And now it's going to be legal. So this thing that was illegal, you're saying you should have killed those people? And then what if they're selling something else like cocaine, for example? You need to kill them? Really? Like people can't do cocaine if they feel like it? I don't know. I feel like people can do what they want. It should never be a crime to do drugs if like individually. And then, you can argue about how much of a crime it should be for selling the drugs. Different kinds of drugs are different. We have fentanyl, which is extremely dangerous. So we have a type of drug that's available now that can kill you in extremely small doses. So should those people get the death penalty? No. Well, I don't believe in the death penalty. So call me a liberal. I don't believe in killing people as punishment for things. Locking them up? Sure. But killing people, it's kind of, I don't know. Just don't know if you're supposed to kill people. It doesn't say you're not supposed to kill. Like, it's the weird thing. In the Bible, it says you're not supposed to kill people. And then people who are Christian are like, oh, we need to kill people. So I always think, how does that work? I don't actually know. People justify it, though. Killing someone as retribution. maybe for them killing somebody, but I just never believed it was correct. But I just don't believe it's correct to kill people. But a lot of people think it's weird. So a lot of people thought that was weird from his speech last night, which was boring, which was really boring, really. But not to give too much of my opinion, but it was like universally considered. I heard even Nick Fuentes said it's boring. So if Nick Fuentes is off Trump, then maybe people are really off Trump. So we're going to find out. You're going to have a chance to contribute your voice to this conversation. Like if you disagree with me, especially. All right, I'll show you this. Apparently, people were trying to leave his speech last night. This is reported in Mediate that Trump security kept people from walking out of his low energy, in quotes, low energy. So people all said that it was low energy, mostly, which is what I thought too. It was low energy. So apparently people tried to leave. That was reported by ABC News. It said here, a crowd formed by the exit of the ballroom as some try to leave Trump's announcement speech before he is finished, but security won't let them. Ouch. Ouch. But yeah, I would have left. It was exceedingly dull. Let me show you this also. Oh, yeah. Just to see how people feel about Trump. Let me show you what the mood is from a poll. And I ran a poll yesterday between DeSantis and Trump. And people said Trump. I think Trump won my poll that I ran. So it'll be really interesting to hear what you guys have to say. So Steven Crowder ran a poll that said, how do you feel about Trump announce another potential Donald Trump presidency? 57% of his responders, and that's 96,000 votes, but it's people who follow Steven Crowder, I assume, said love it, 57.5%, but 24% said hate it, and 18% said other. So I'm concerned that number, that 57% number, is lower than it would have been before. Like, I just think he's starting to lose people. And that's what I'm hearing is he's starting to lose people. So that's why I'm really excited to have him back on Twitter. Be great if Twitter actually changes since Elon Musk took over, besides the blue check marks. Because Twitter still censors people and hasn't brought back anybody yet. So Twitter, yeah, it's been a while now. He's had a chance. So it would be good to have Donald Trump on Twitter so people can reply to him directly on something that's not his own social media platform. So check this out. It was reported that Donald Trump was hoping to be joined by his family, including Ivanka, at last night's speech. And Ivanka announced, like during the speech, that she's not going to participate. She sent out this statement. Ivanka Trump, daughter of Donald Trump, Ivanka Trump, who is Jewish, for when people say that Donald Trump is anti-Semitic, just a reminder, his daughter is actually Jewish. She said, I love my father very much. This time around, I am choosing to prioritize my young children and the private life we are creating as a family. I do not plan to be involved in politics. While I will always love and support my father, going forward, I will do so outside the political arena. I am grateful to have had the honor of serving the American people, and I will always be proud of many of our administration's accomplishments. Signed, Ivanka Trump. So she decided she's staying out of it this time, even though Donald Trump was hoping she would be a part of it. So what does that mean, right? So she's not even into it this time. So who else are allies of his who aren't going to go along with that? I'll tell you who likes him 100%. Carrie Lake has endorsed Trump. Marjorie Taylor Greene is 100% pro-Trump. And then there are a few other characters who are saying, Trump has to be the leader of this party. But there are many who definitely think that's an open question. So it's so early. He decided to declare so early that now we have to see what happens next. Okay, so I'll take your phone calls about it. You guys can tell me what you think. You can leave me questions or comments about it by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil or saying something in the chat. You guys can let me know. Somebody called in. They said, I want the host. They didn't even know they were talking to me. They were like, I want the host to shut up so I can listen to Trump. So that I know people still think that. And I believe that was a real person. I believe these are real people. But the New York Post dissed Trump with a page 26 story on the speech, making fun of it, basically, with only 4 paragraphs. So the New York Post reporting on Donald Trump's speech today. On the front page of the paper, it said, Florida man makes announcement or something like that. And then this is the story. It was on page 26. Been there, done that. With just 720 days to go before the next election, a Florida retiree made the surprise announcement Tuesday night that he was running for president. In a move no political pundit saw coming, avid golfer Donald J. Trump kicked things off at Mar-a-Lago. Anyway, and they go on. They say also they don't know his cholesterol levels, but that his favorite food is a charred steak with ketchup. So the Fox News, the Murdoch companies are not supporting Trump this time. And they already kind of declared that they like DeSantis. So makes it harder when the media doesn't support you. And I can tell Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens are starting to get a little shifty. I think people like a winner more than a loser right now. I mean, in general, people prefer a winner than a loser. And right now, DeSantis is a winner for sure. And Donald Trump is kind of a loser. Sort of. And even people who like him say, oh, well, there's no way they'll let him win, right? So that's another reason people are opposed to him. Check out, I'll take your calls. Check out Sam Bankman-Fried. He's the scammer that looted people from FTX. And I hope cryptocurrency totally comes back. I think it will over the long term. In fact, I think it's okay that it's cheaper now. Even though I have some, I think the fact that it's cheaper, I think that's probably going to be temporary. But there's lots of contagion from this whole thing. So be careful with your money. Don't invest anything you can't afford to lose. But if you're going to invest money, don't try to lose it on purpose by having somebody like Sam Bankman-Fried in charge of your money. So, don't invest more than you are willing to lose. But on the other hand, don't go out of your way trying to lose it by storing your cryptocurrency with somebody you can't trust. Apparently, you couldn't trust Sam Bankman-Fried. So this is him during an interview. Just check out the body language is what people are pointing to. Check out the body language on this video. Apparently, he was taking some kind of exotic stimulant, not regular amphetamine, but something that people use for Parkinson's. So I say that because you'll see what's going on with him in this clip. This is just a clip from an interview that he did earlier this year.
You think every money you spend in politics should be disclosed publicly? Are you comfortable with that?
I think that I think what I would say is, if there was a norm where every dollar that everyone donated in politics was to be disclosed publicly, I would have a lot of sympathy for that. I think I might support it. I haven't thought carefully about it enough to know. But
well, it sounds like what you're saying is maybe there's some donations that you have made that you wouldn't make if you knew they were going to be immediately public.
So I think I don't generally think about it that way. I generally think of it as like these are the right the right contributions to make.
You think every money you spend in politics should be disclosed publicly? Are you comfortable with that?
That's all. It's just that he's shaking uncontrollably. Well, not uncontrollably, but I don't know. His whole chair is shaking. His whole body's shaking. So people are, some people are speculating that it was the drugs. He definitely did tweet about amphetamines. There are stories that he had orientations for new employees about how to use amphetamines the best and how to take sleeping pills if you had to sleep. Different stories coming out about this guy. Some people are still saying one guy came out and said he'd invest with him again. Sam is still tweeting, but he seems to have no remorse. He just thinks he made a mistake and he's trying to fix it. There is a tweet out of some conversation with Sam Bankman-Fried on Twitter where Sam seems to admit that all of the ethics stuff that he said, the giving and the, what do they call it? Effective altruism, apparently that was all an act, which from these unconfirmed, it's from these unconfirmed tweets or messages where this person asks Sam Bankman-Fried, so the ethics stuff, mostly a front? People will like you if you win and hate you if you lose, and that's how it all really works? He says, yeah. Wow. This person says, you were really good at talking about ethics for someone who kind of saw it all as a game with winners and losers. Yeah, I had to be. It's what reputations are made of to some extent. I feel bad by those who get effed by it, by this dumb game we woke Westerners play where we say all the right shibboleths, and so everyone likes us. That's what it says. All the right shibboleths. What kind of word is that? Is that Yiddish or something? Shibboleths? I have to look that up. Shibboleths. Let's see, a shibboleth. It maybe does have a high IQ. A custom, principle, or belief distinguishing a particular class or group of people, especially a long-standing one regarded as outmoded or no longer important. Interesting. Well, that's what he said, apparently, in these leaked messages. Or I don't know how these messages were created, or if they're authentic, or if somebody just made them up out of thin air. It's on Twitter, and the person has a blue check mark. So because of that, I can confirm that's definitely verified. Definitely verified information I just shared, which shows that maybe Sam Bankman-Fried was a psychopath. That's what some people are speculating. All right, I'll take your phone calls. I'll see if anybody dropped by to buymeacoffee.com yet. I'll check that periodically through the show. And I'll open up the phone and see what you guys have to say about Trump. Oh, we averted World War III, which was going to be set off by possibly I was going to use that word, those words, the FF words. was going to say FF failed to bring World War III. Like they tried to start World War III yesterday. Did anybody notice that? Like Zelensky really did. He came out and said, "Oh my God, Russia hit Poland and like everybody needs to do something immediately." And then they called it a conspiracy theory that the rocket was Ukrainian, which now they're saying it was Ukrainian, which I showed you guys. They're reporting on that. So there's reporting that it was a Ukrainian rocket that really hit Poland. And meanwhile, Zelensky was all out declaring war, basically. He said, we must act. Very significant escalation, he said. Let me see if this is in English. No, it's in some other language. Ukrainian? Is that really a thing? All right, let me check. I'll open up the phone and you can call in and you can tell me what you think about Trump. Okay? And then that'll be, and please be entertaining. Do whatever you want. 650 Gay Taxi is the number. I'll check to see if anybody dropped me a coffee yet. No, not yet. Not going to be a good birthday after all. So if you want to support the show, you can by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And you can leave me a message there and I'll read it. And you can leave it any time, like even if it's not live during the show. So check that out. And then you can also check out our t-shirts at truthclothing.io. I'm wearing a mostly real t-shirt. I think we still have these for sale. The guy at the Apple store said it was a cool shirt, the Apple genius who was helping me try to fix my watch. He said mostly real is a cool shirt. And somebody at Trader Joe's told me it was a cool shirt too. So it's like they get it, even though I don't even get it. People know it's about a conspiracy theory. People know like birds aren't real. All the conspiracy theories. So, all right, you can call in 650 Gay Taxi is the number. But you can call in and say what you think about Trump running for president. If you have thoughts about his speech last night, if you thought it was great. Yeah, I was going to put that FF. That's a word combination you can't use on YouTube. Oh, and then I have this other great clip, which I can't play for you, of Jon Stewart talking about the whole anti-Semitism thing. He's actually, I know Jon Stewart is like totally on the wrong side of a lot of issues, but he said some really thoughtful things about the whole anti-Semitism story. He said people shouldn't. Oops. I don't think I can play anything from it. I played something from Saturday Night Live from what Dave Chappelle said, and they just banned the video worldwide. So I can't play clips. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Lavelle?
Hey, what's up?
This is I go by the username the Kook Club. I got like 40,000 followers on TikTok. And,
oh, cool.
I just wanted to call. You know, I'm in the normie beehive on TikTok. There's a lot of people out there that just cannot. I think they know what's going on, but a part of them is like really holding on to some, you know, real dead country. I think if Trump runs again, it's just going to go back to really where we were, you know, when he was president, a white hot culture war, a rampant propaganda machine, and, you know, spy apparatus. I think people need to understand with what comes with Donald Trump running as president. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. but he is running.
As much as I want to own the left, and really, I'm disappointed in this election. I know it's all a farce, but at the same time, you would think after 4 years of this rampant rise in totalitarianism, people would wake up, but if they're still under that grasp, that deep sleep. And it's just so disappointing. Sorry, I'm gassed out right now. I just got done working out.
No, that's cool. You sound good.
But I've always I've watched your content for years now, and I appreciate what you're doing, man. We are a foot soldier in the war for freedom, truth, and liberty.
All right.
It's not that I am a Republican or a Trump supporter. I just see the writings on the wall, and I really can't stand Democrats. And more and more I deep dive into being red-pilled and based, or whatever you want to call it. The more I get black-pilled. Like, I did a live stream today, and I had hundreds of thousands of people watching me. On TikTok, they really haven't their live streaming capability. They haven't got it where you're stuck in your echo chamber. So when you're on TikTok and you go live, you have more of a reach to the normies. And the amount of people that are still so dependent on this system, it's really got me really recalibrating the way I think about freedom and liberty and the philosophical principles that go behind them. But just all we can do is work on ourselves and try to wake as many people up. But they have to really, do it themselves.
Yeah, interesting. So you're on TikTok. How do you live stream on TikTok? Just from your phone?
Yeah. I got like the new iPhone, and as much as I hate Google and Apple and stuff, they do have a good product, and it comes out pretty good.
Yeah.
It's nothing like YouTube. I'm just now starting creating content. I've been doing it for like a year now, and I plan on making a switch over to YouTube once I get more resources and set up a studio and shit or stuff. Sorry, didn't mean to cuss.
That's all right.
But I'm not really used to live streaming or even calling in. I just figured I would, since I had the opportunity to talk to you.
Cool,
but you guys can check me out on Instagram. It's _Kook Club. I talk about preparedness and tactical gear and why we should prepare and be self-reliant.
Cool. Any advice for that, like financially or otherwise? What are you into?
Look, as somebody that doesn't make a lot of money, you got to start somewhere, okay? And it's never too late to get into this kind of stuff. You don't have to be a gun nut or anything like that. Let's say I go to the grocery store. I know that I'm going to buy a can of high-calorie protein tuna food, just a bottle of water, a jug of water, maybe some medicine, some cold medicine. In Canada right now, children's Tylenol, they're running really low on that kind of stuff. And that's the stuff that's really going to count. And use technology to your advantage. There's so many things, downloadable training content. You can check out old Army field manuals. Those are great. And Stop the Bleed courses you can take. I'm affiliated with Refuge Medical, and they do training courses all over the world. It's free. It's the little things that's going to save us in the long run, because regardless of who comes president, there will be nothing that's going to stop from the collapse, economically at least.
All right. I hear where you're coming from.
It's crazy.
Yep.
But anyways, I appreciate you. I'll call back another time, Lift.
Okay, cool. Good hearing from you. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, brother.
All right, see ya. That's cool. He called me Lift. That's what some people call me on Twitter, but I always think they're bots. They say, hi, Lift, and then they say something, but it's because my first name on Twitter is Lift. So But if my first name on Twitter was Nathan, they would probably say, "Hey, Nathan." I go by different names, different places, but I am the Lift the Veil. I still am the Lift the Veil. There is no other. So you're in the right place. In other words, he was talking to the right guy. Hey, you're on the air.
Nathan, what's up? Mic check. How's my audio?
It sounds okay.
Hey, what's up? It's Homo Tommy.
It's who?
You want to Hobo Tommy? You
Oh,
wanna
hey,
talk
Hobo
some
Tommy.
crypto?
What's up, man? You want to talk crypto? I'm happy to talk crypto. How are you feeling about it?
All right. Well, so you noticed when I dropped that chat the other day, it dropped to about 48. I told everybody if it dropped below 52 to buy.
Litecoin.
It was Litecoin. That's correct.
Yeah.
It dropped up 48. So if you
Yep.
notice, the privacy coins rebounded a lot faster than Bitcoin did.
Did they?
I
So
don't know if
what?
you picked up on that.
My Monero and stuff came back faster too.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Litecoin jumped way back up after it dipped sharply.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw.
And
I
so
saw.
You go first.
No, I'm done. You go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that's showing, there's a lot more resilience in the utility coins. I think Bitcoin is maybe starting to show itself to be a little bit like it's a legacy coin at this point. It's not functional. You can't really trade with it. It's way easier to use some of the other coins.
Well, I just started settling everything kind of in ETH because the thing I like about Ethereum is I can trade it if I want to on a decentralized exchange and just get US dollar coin if I feel like it. And then I can hold on to US dollar coin. And then if I want to trade it back for ETH, I'll trade it back for ETH, or I could also get some other stuff, right? I could buy probably Chainlink or other Ethereum tokens. So I like ETH now, and it's also deflationary, it looks like. So, but I still have Bitcoin. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is kind of just like old technology. And I mean, I still think it'll go up in value, but other stuff might go up more. I think Ethereum will probably eventually pass Bitcoin unless they declare it a security or something. And then I guess there could be a problem. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows what's going on with that? I think Bitcoin will always have value because it was the first, and there is
Yeah, I
value
think so
there.
too. I think so too. Yeah, I think there's like it's like it's like gold. I feel like it's like gold in a lot of ways. It's like
I agree.
you know,
I'm feeling like it's going to go back up too, but probably a lot slower than some of the more utility coins. But remember, with Ethereum, if you're collecting Ethereum, you're pro Globo Homo.
yes, that's right.
Pro Klaus Schwab.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
right.
mean,
Right.
You
So
gotta struggle with that.
yeah, how do I be but then to be non-pro Klaus Schwab, then you'd recommend what, Monero and Litecoin and what else? Dogecoin or
Zcash.
something? Zcash. Yeah. So you have to be into privacy coins.
Dogecoin is a meme coin. I'd really like to see some interesting, nuance, some like troll utility with that, but I doubt it'll go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Yeah. So some of those privacy coins are good. Litecoin, I guess. Are people really using Litecoin as a privacy coin now?
But you can buy drugs with it, man. So
you can. And
you
people
can
are
buy
doing
drugs
that.
with Zcash. You can buy drugs. You can buy drugs with Monero, and you can buy drugs with Ethereum.
Yeah. Yeah. You can buy them with Ethereum too, right?
That's correct.
Okay,
yeah.
well that's good. All right, so that's cool. So I still, the Ethereum, as long as you can still buy drugs with it, then it can't be bad.
It's gonna be around for a while. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
kind of like those what do they call them? The Vice mutual funds, the Vice funds, right?
Right.
During recessions, tobacco, liquor, porn stocks go up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Payday low.
Right.
So I'm kind of looking at it like that.
Cool. So are you buying more right now, or what? Or are you waiting for it to go down more, or what are you doing?
No, I wait till Litecoin drops to like the low 50s, high 40s, and then I'll buy. If you notice, it's been staying. It's been up and around the high 50s.
Mm-hmm.
low 60s. It even jumped up to 70 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll drop probably around back down to 52
You think?
again. So I'm gonna wait.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
And then the stuff on Trump, I want to talk Trump too.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I mean, I lost Trump. I lost my faith in Trump when he put Bolton in the cabinet.
Yeah.
I think Trump disrupted the meta narrative, but ultimately he's driven by his ego, and that's not good for anybody either.
Yeah, that's true. He definitely is driven by ego.
And also, so I've been meaning to drop some buy me coffees, but my credit card got stolen, so you're gonna have to wait a couple of days. I'm gonna drop you some cash.
Okay, you're cool. That's nice. Thanks, Hobo Tommy. I appreciate it.
All right, dude. That's it, man.
All right.
Show.
Thanks for the call. Good to hear from you.
Talk to you later.
See ya. All right, cool. It's the crypto phone call. Yeah, like I'm feeling strangely, like really excited about cryptocurrency. Like when the banks fail, I think great, because there's nothing. Ethereum's still great. You can still buy drugs with it, like you said. As long as you can buy drugs with cryptocurrency, then it's good cryptocurrency. That's the rule. Originally, you could buy drugs with Bitcoin. That was one of the main things people did with it back in the day. Now nobody buys drugs with Bitcoin. Now people use other stuff like Monero or Litecoin, apparently. I always liked Litecoin. I always liked it. It's fast. And I like cryptocurrency too. You don't have to use banks. You don't have to use banks if you use cryptocurrency. 650-429-8294. You can give me your opinions about Trump. You can tell me your opinions about cryptocurrency. Apparently, there's a sex tape maybe coming out. Thanks, Cricket Lulu, who got 3 coffees, who says happy birthday. Thank you, Cricket Lulu. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tara, who says happy birthday. Thanks for the highly tuned best show on primetime. Thank you. Highly tuned. Yes. Thank you, Spaldo, who said to get Katie something nice at the dollar store. Yep, I will do that. Thanks, Elvis C, who says, thanks for being awesome. Thank you for that. You guys are really cool. That's nice. And now I can tell my wife I have a job too. When you guys donate, then I can tell my wife, oh, by the way, that's the best part of it. I can say, oh, I made some money tonight, honey. Thank you guys for that. I really appreciate you for that. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, Nathan.
Hey.
This is Brian in.
Hey, Brian.
I
What's up?
never like to call in any places, but you're just damn too cozy. You can't avoid it.
Thanks, man. Cool. Well,
totally.
Good to get your opinion.
Yeah. Well, you already know that. That's why you're doing what you're doing, because you're like, yeah, I'm cozy. I'm gonna keep doing it. So as far as survival, I thought it was really cool hearing that one guy talk. I kind of forgot what he was saying politically, but yeah, he said he's gotten more red pilled or black pilled or whatever, and I can definitely relate. So 2 things I wanted to talk about: that politics, and then a survival product you can purchase that would be really good.
Okay.
The whole thing. So the left or the establishment, man, they won. When I mean they won, they created the straw man, the monster, the Hitler that is known as Trump, and they caused so much stress. And I'm talking about, I was kind of a Trump supporter in the beginning, like 2016. I liked his words, right? But he didn't follow through. So I became a doubter, and he might as well have been a neocon by the time he was done. But they fucking created this monster from all of the Hollywood movies and TV shows that they feed on. They feed on fear, they feed on sadness and horror, and then when they see that Hollywood representation. You know that one show, the Boys. It's like a superheroes, but they're completely degenerate. But anyway, do you know that show, The Boys, on Prime
No, I don't
Video?
think so.
It's really degenerate, but it's pretty darn entertaining at the same freaking time. But you know, it's leftist. You know how the left likes to create their own little demons, and then they luxuriate in it. They get so excited about it. They circle jerk to it. Let's just be frank. And so they circle jerk to Trump's being Hitler 2.0. But anyway,
Right.
they really did get to me. After 4 years, it was so stressful. Day in, day out of all their protests and riots and media footage. So I'm kind of, they burnt me out. And here's the thing, he's not really worth he's not worth sacrificing my sanity for. So I'm kind of letting him go.
What do you mean?
But anyway, letting him go, just not voting for him, and I guess I might vote for DeSantis if I feel like I need to get behind a team to defeat the left. But,
right.
I'm not excited about DeSantis either, because he seems like a Israel, the APAC first. Let's just call it APAC first club.
Yeah, right. Well, he's definitely right there, which is why I think he has a pretty good chance of still being president.
Yeah.
You know,
he's got a lot of neocons already backing him, doesn't he? He's got No, wait, I don't know if he's got Lindsey Graham. He's got some neocons backing him. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well, and now he's got Murdoch. So, and Fox News and everything is going to back him. So,
oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. Looks like it.
Okay.
So.
Oh, and so the product I would recommend, and it's a Lodge cast iron Dutch oven. I'm sorry, it's a Lodge camp Dutch oven.
Okay.
It's cast iron, and it has a lid that you can put hot coals on top of. So it's like an outdoor oven. So when you go camping, if you can just set a fire, anyone can make a fire. So you go to lodge.com and you look through all their different Dutch ovens, and it basically you're gonna want to find some way to bake, broil, base, or whatever, any way you can cook, fry, grill, make bone broth, you name it. You can make a baked potato with it. So if you can just set a fire, like in a campfire, you can create a meal, whether it's desserts or full meat entrees or bone broth, like I said, or baked potatoes, like I said. So it's lodge.com and Dutch oven. And I got the pint. I'm sorry, I got the pint. I got the quart, and the quarts and the pints are no longer in production, and so they're going to be expensive. But you can get the 2 quart for like $60.
Okay.
And then there's 4 quart, 6 quart, 8 quart, 10 quart, 20, whatever. It just goes up in size. Basically, it's a way to have an oven. And you're going to want to have that if shit hits the fan. You're going to want to be able to render bone broth, things like that, or bake a chicken. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Or fry a burger, fry bacon.
Those are all good things.
Sounds good.
But what about my propane? I'll still be able to. Will it be hard to get propane in the apocalypse? Is that going to be the deal?
Well,
probably.
Okay, so you can use these cast irons with propane, with a gas stove.
Okay.
I've even used it on a electric stove, which it just takes a little longer. But I don't know anything about propane and how hard it's going to be able to procure. I think all that stuff's going to be hard. I just think you should be able to know how to create a fire, which means you probably need to get a flint and steel. I'm really old school. Like, I'm not even thinking about getting crypto or propane or generators and shit like that. I'm thinking, learn how to scavenge a carcass on the side of the road and harvest it. And,
really?
seriously, I feed my chickens and dogs with a deer that was road killed.
Really?
And it was brilliant, man. It lasted a week and a half.
So
we didn't want to eat it because it was too messed up and too old.
Right. Wow. You're really roughing it out there. Do you eat squirrels too?
No, I haven't tried a squirrel yet.
But in the apocalypse?
But you can definitely hear. I want to tell you something that's going to probably be eye-opening to you and probably many of the audience.
Okay.
You can eat raw meat.
Yes.
And a lot of people tell you, you have to cook shit. Well, I don't know everything you have to cook. I know you probably got to cook bear, and maybe some pig, but I've eaten raw pig, raw beef, raw fish, of course, raw oyster.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to let people know that they're not going to die if they don't have a fire. They can eat a raw piece of meat and it's going to sustain them.
Right.
And so I think that's something to acknowledge or recognize.
Right.
And it's the same thing with the big pharma. By the way, if Trump wants to kill drug dealers, he should go after the big Pfizer, etc.
I know, right? People are saying that. Oh, what about Pfizer? Right. Exactly. People are saying that.
Oh yeah. I'd rather them get the hatchet first before
right.
Some meth guy.
Right.
But anyway, man, it was nice talking with you.
Good talking
Happy
to
birthday.
you too. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Peace out, brother.
All right, see ya. Thanks. That's cool. That's Brian M. Thanks, Brian M., who supports the show. Also, I got some tips on Rockfin. Thanks, Vogan Filter. You're the man. Thank you, who's also a Scorpio. Thank you, Vogan Filter. Appreciate it for 2 tips. Thanks. And then thanks, Kimberly Gandera over on Rockfin. Says, happiest birthday. Thank you. Are there really only 24 people tuned in on Rockfin? That seems weird. Is there something broken? Thanks, Michelle Obama is a man who says happy birthday. Thanks for that. I'll open up the phone more. Good phone calls. Got calls about crypto. I'll check my coffees too. People are cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I got to figure out how to make a career out of this in a way that's like satisfying financially satisfying. I'm trying. Thank you guys who support the show. Thank you guys. Holding that down for you guys. Thanks everybody who gives me coffees. Thanks everybody who donates on Rockfin. Really appreciate it. Trying to make it work 5 days a week. Then I got to figure out if I need to make videos. They demonetize everything. My video from yesterday, they gave it the red dollar sign, not even the yellow dollar sign, the red dollar sign, which means like nobody can see it. I couldn't even make a short. They didn't even let me edit a clip out of it. I wanted to get usually they let you edit YouTube shorts. Every one of my videos is demonetized. And sometimes they're super demonetized. So it's maybe because I was talking about Trump, maybe because I was talking about Ukraine, not even sure. But once in a while, yeah, that's what they do. I could show you guys this clip, not on YouTube, of Jon Stewart, because I think it's super interesting. So I'll see if anybody else wants to call in. You can call in 650-GAY-TAXI. If you want to give a coffee, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And thank you. You guys are cool. Yeah. Hopefully the rest of the day goes well. It was a pretty good day overall. I went to the Apple store for them to try to fix my watch, and they have to send it off somewhere. But Apple, they're like that guy said who called in. They make pretty good products. Like I'm using it for my camera. And because of that, I don't have to buy a $900 camera. I just use the phone. And they gave me the phone for free practically. They're giving these new iPhones away for trade-in credits. So check that out. Like Verizon, you can get a free iPhone 14 Pro. AT&T, they gave me a bunch of money for my phone, way more than it was worth. Spaldo says, get Apple Care. Yeah, I have to get it. But my watch is 4 years old. It stopped. It wouldn't take the last software update, so I took it in. They said they're going to send it off and fix it and send it back to me for free, as long as they can install the software update. But it makes you think, should you have, is it cooler to have a Rolex? I don't know. Apple Watches are pretty cool. They have lots of information on them, like the temperature outside, when the sun's going to set. They tell you all this stuff, moon phase. They can show you where the planets are, I think. Watches can't do all that stuff, but watches are cool. But then again, you kind of feel like a dick if you're wearing a Rolex, right? Like, I don't think I could do it. I think I'd feel like a dick. It's just like I felt like a dick whenever I'd be driving a Ferrari. I used to sell expensive cars. Like, you roll up in a Ferrari and like everybody's staring at you like, who's that asshole? So I remember there was a guy that ran out of gas in his Ferrari right outside our dealership, and like people were laughing at him on the street. So showing off your wealth, I don't know if it's all it's cracked up to be. All right, so I think that's it for phone calls. I want to show you guys. I'm going to show. I will show it just because I was really interested in it, and it's helpful to have Jon Stewart say something that's not terrible. And it's definitely useful and educational to hear from a Jewish person about what they think of all this stuff that's being called anti-Semitic. So I'm going to show you that. But because I don't know what I'm allowed to do, I'm not allowed to take you. Anyway, I'm going to continue the broadcast on Rockfin, okay, where I'm live right now. You can go to rockfin.com/lifttheveil. And then I'll show you just some of this clip because I think it's really interesting of Jon Stewart talking about anti-Semitism. So go to http rockfin.com/lifttheveil. Okay. And I'll show you guys a clip from this just so you guys see what he said. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the birthday wishes and stuff. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. We're doing the show weekdays, prime time, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I just said it backwards. 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, right when Tim Pool is on, just like Tim Pool. So go, oh, I want to watch Lift the Veil tonight. I want to watch Lift the Veil, and I want to support him, and I want to follow him everywhere, including on Twitter, where I'm at lifttheveil401, including on Substack, lifttheveil.substack.com, so you don't lose track of me. And then also this, you'll be able to hear the full thing on the podcast too. So, all right, YouTube, I have to say goodbye to you. So I'm going to show this clip over to my other friends. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for saying nice things. You guys are cool. And I'll see you tomorrow night. All right. So for now, YouTube, that is what it is.